The fossil fuel lobby's influence on UN climate talks. A closer look at the numbers. The world is facing a climate crisis, and yet, the fossil fuel industry continues to expand. How is this possible? A new report reveals that thousands of fossil fuel lobbyists have been granted access to UN climate summits, despite their industry being the primary driver of climate breakdown. This article explores the numbers and the implications of this access. Over the past 4 years, more than 5,000 fossil fuel lobbyists have attended UN climate summits. These lobbyists represent the interests of oil, gas, and coal companies, which are responsible for the majority of greenhouse gas emissions. The annual climate negotiations are meant to be a platform for states to commit to reducing emissions, but the presence of these lobbyists raises questions about the effectiveness of these talks. The lobbyists in question work for at least 859 fossil fuel organizations, including trade groups, foundations, and 180 oil, gas, and coal companies. These companies are involved in every stage of the supply chain, from exploration and production to distribution and equipment. The analysis by Kick Polluters Out, KBPO, found that just 90 of these fossil fuel corporations accounted for over half of all oil and gas produced last year. These 90 companies produced 33,699 million barrels of oil equivalent in 2024, which is enough to cover more than the entire area of Spain with a 1 centimeter blanket of oil. And that's not all. These same companies are also responsible for almost 2/3 of all short-term upstream fossil fuel expansion projects. The implications of this excess are concerning. As the world fails to limit the rise in global temperatures to 1.5 C above pre-industrial levels, the presence of fossil fuel lobbyists at climate summits raises questions about the effectiveness of these talks. The Amazonian Work Group spokesperson, Adilson Vieira, stated, "This information clearly exposes corporate capture of the global climate process." The Indigenous Environmental Network's lead coordinator, Brenna Yellowthunder, added, "We need to take down the for sale sign on Mother Earth and bar entry to COP for oil and gas lobbyists." The 30th UN Climate Summit, COP30, is set to take place in Belém, Brazil, the home of the Amazon rainforest, which is being destroyed by fossil fuel exploitation and other extractive industries. The presence of fossil fuel lobbyists at climate summits is a complex issue. While the UNFCCC has been contacted for comment, the new transparency requirement excludes anyone in official government delegations or overflows, and calls for stricter conflict of interest protections have not been adequately heeded. As the world continues to grapple with the climate crisis, the influence of the fossil fuel industry on UN climate talks remains a critical issue that requires further attention and action.